Welcome students. Today we shall start the 12th video of that Newton's laws of motion. Before that we will have a quick recapitulation of that previous things. So students, I was telling you this problem in the previous video, and here we will look that in this problem that our pulley P1 is fixed, but this pulley P2, P3 they will move when the motion will take place in the system. Okay, so here the pulley will be in that moving situation. So for such kind of the problem, if we want to know what will be that relation between the acceleration, so for that students there are two methods. First one is that traditional method, second one is a kind of a short trick. So how will we solve by the traditional method and short trick that we had discussed? Once again I am recapitulating that in a quick way. Our first task will be for the traditional method to make a datum. Where will we make the datum? From a fixed point. So since pulley P1 is fixed, so we will make the datum here. And selecting this one is our x-axis, this one is our y-axis. From the datum, we will select the length of the strings. This one is the y1 length. This is something LC1 length, constant length. This one is Y2 length. Here is the LC2 length. This one will be the constant length. This is Y2 length. This Y2, Y2, whatever length will be present here, the same length we will get here. And here we will get the some length which is, we are saying that L1 length, it will be the constant. It is not moving, so this length will be always constant. And of course, it will be the first string. This one will be the second string. And it will be the third one string. For the third one string, this one length we are saying suppose this Y3, this one length we are saying suppose this LC3, it is constant. That's why we have represented like that, because the length of the pulley over the length of the string over the pulley will be always constant. And this length we have selected as our Y4. Obviously this length will be equals to L1 only. And here we are saying this length we have represented by L4, it will be also constant. Length of this string is not going to change. And the length of this string, length of this mask now from the datum we have selected as our Y. Okay. So these things we will do first in the traditional method. Then students, after selecting the lengths of the strings, what will we do? We will write the length. Suppose we are selecting the second one string, first length is not going to change. So that L2 we can write how? This Y1 plus LC1 plus Y2 plus this LC2 plus Y2 plus this L1. Of course student, this length of this string is not going to change. We have assumed our string as our inextensible, and this LC1 and LC2 length of the string over the pulley first, length of the string over the pulley second, it is not going to change. Again and again same length we will get there over the pulley, so these will be also constant. So after writing the length equation, what will we do? We will differentiate. Since this L2, LC1, LC2 and this L1, this length also not going to change students, since it is fixed. Is it? This pulley is fixed, so this length will also not change. So L1 will be also constant. When will we differentiate the constant? We will get what? 0. So 0 will become equal to what? dy1 upon del t plus twice of dy2 upon del t, because y2 plus y2 will become 2 times of the y2, and that differentiation of that will be twice of del y2 upon del t. So del y1 upon del t is representing nothing but the velocity, change in length upon change in time. That will give us what? Velocity. So we will get from here that our velocity v1 will be minus twice of that velocity v2. Okay, so whatever will be the velocity of this string, the half of that velocity will be the velocity of this Y2 string. Or same case we will get that for the acceleration, when we will again differentiate the velocity, we will get at our A1 is equals to minus twice of that A2. Meaning is that whatever will be the velocity of this block, half of the whatever will be the acceleration of that block, half of the acceleration of that block will be the acceleration of this y2 string, or you can say your pulley, and they will be in opposite direction, the negative sign showing only that. Then after writing the equation of that length of that second string, we will write the equation of the length of the string, which is the third one string, that we are denoting by L3. So L3 we can write as our y3 plus this LC3, y3 plus LC3 plus y4 plus this L1. So of course student, when will we differentiate this y3 and y4, so we will get relation between this side, we will get the relation between the same string, but we want the relation between the different string. Now when the different string is one string is that changing its length, then what will be that change in the other string? So we don't want this y3 and y4. Here the y3 and y4 is coming. Of course this L3 and LC3 plus L1 will be constant. So at the place of y3, what can we write, student? This y4 minus y2. y4 minus y2. So we will write that y4 minus y2 here, plus this LC3 plus y4 plus L1. Of course, when will we differentiate the constant thing? This L3, LC3 and this L1 will become equal to 0. And from here we will get that L3 is equals to twice of y4. This y4 will make this twice of y4 minus of y2 plus this LC3 plus L1, which is constant. So when will we differentiate this L3, LC3 and L1 will become equal to 0, because differentiation of constant thing is 0. So from here we will get that twice of dy4 upon del t minus of this del y2 upon del t. Meaning is that our twice that velocity v2, this will go to the other side. v2 will be equal to twice of v4. v2 will be twice of v4, or we can say when will we again differentiate it, that our acceleration a2 will be twice of a. So whatever will be the velocity of that second this y2, whatever will be that velocity of that y2, or whatever will be the acceleration of this y2, the half of that velocity and acceleration will be of this fourth one string. Or we can say whatever will be that velocity or acceleration of this pulley P2, the half of that velocity or acceleration will be the velocity or acceleration of this pulley P3. Okay. So once again we will look at to the fourth one string. So that L4, how can we write? This is y5 distance we have chosen. So that L4 will be what? y5 minus y4, isn't y5 minus y4. So that L4, the length of the string, whatever will be the length of this string here, that will be always constant, that is not going to change. So that differentiation of constant thing will become equals to 0. Here we will get that dy5 upon del t minus of dy4 upon del t, meaning is that our v4 will be equals to what? v5, or a4 will be equals to a5. Now student, whatever acceleration, whatever the relation between the acceleration and velocities we want to know, from these equations we can come to. And since the question was saying us to find out the acceleration of the blocks, so using this equation, what will we get? That our v1 will be equals to what? Minus 4 times of that v5, or again when we will differentiate this v1 which equals to minus 4 times of that v5, we will get that our a1 will be minus 4 times of that a5. Meaning is that whatever will be the velocity or acceleration of this block, same will be the that 1 by 4 of that velocity or acceleration will be the velocity or acceleration of this block. Once again I am recapitulating that whatever is the velocity of this block, 1 by 4 of the velocity or acceleration of that block will be the velocity and acceleration of this block. Here the negative sign is saying to you that your acceleration and velocities will be in opposite direction. They will be in opposite direction. Okay. The meaning of negative sign is that one will move downward, other will move upward. And here also we are looking that v1 is equals to minus twice of v2, a1 is equals to minus twice of a2. Meaning is that whatever will be the velocity or acceleration of this block, half of the velocity or acceleration of this block will be the velocity or acceleration of this pulley, or you can say this string, and they will be in opposite direction because here we are getting negative sign. But when we are selecting the third one string, we are getting the relation between V2 and V4, A2 and A4, meaning is that whatever will be that velocity or acceleration of this pulley or this U2, you can say Y2, half of the velocity or acceleration of that Y2 string or pulley P2 will be the velocity or acceleration of this string Y4, or you can say pulley P3, and they will be in same direction. They will be in same direction because whatever sign you have chosen here, the same sign here it is coming, or you can say the positive is coming. But here we are getting the negative sign, meaning is that our with whatever velocity or acceleration this block M1 is going to travel, 1/4 of that velocity or acceleration will be the velocity of this block, and negative sign is saying us that they will be in opposite direction. Okay. Then after we had talked about a second method, which was a kind of a short trick. So that short trick was saying us that sum of all the dot products of tension vector and acceleration vector, that should be equal to 0. The sum of all the dot products of tension vector and acceleration vector should be equal to 0. And I have told you what is the dot product. Dot product is nothing but the multiplication of that magnitude of the vectors. Magnitude of the vectors, meaning is that magnitude of this tension vector multiplied by that magnitude of that acceleration vector times cos theta will be equals to 0. This short trick will tell this. Okay, it is the dot product, student. In Atwood machine, I have talked that about the cross product. So there the sin theta will come in place of this cos theta. So whatever will be that cross, that A cross that vector A cross that vector B, that will give us what? Magnitude of vector A multiplied by the magnitude of the vector B times sin theta, that will say us that cross product, and that dot product will tell us that magnitude of the first vector multiplied by the magnitude of the second vector times cos theta, that will be equal to 0. Okay. Then after we are looking that here we are getting that tensions and acceleration. So for that, student, what will we do? We will find out that what will be the tension in the strings. So when will we find out the tension in the strings? We will select the M1. That suppose we are saying some T tension is acting in that upside T. The T tension is acting here. It will be along this string and it will have the pulling effect like it. And when we will change our object of interest, this pulley, so the tension will come in downside, and here we will look that in this string tension will come in pair, and that we are saying something equal to T. And since we have assumed the frictionless and massless pulley, so whatever will be the tension here, the same tension will be present here and the same tension will be present here, because it is the only one string we are talking, and that is that inextensible string, and pulley is frictionless and massless. So for a frictionless and massless pulley, tension at every end will be that same, whatever will be that whatever will be that tension at one end, the same tension we will get at each end. Okay, each and every end. So here if we have selected the T tension, so we will get T tension here, T tension here. Obviously for the object of interest pulley P1, it will be in the downward side, and for the object of interest this P2, it will be that upside, and similar we can say for the object of interest this P2, it will be like this, and for the ceiling it will be like this. Okay. Then after we are looking now that when will we draw the free body diagram of this pulley P2, we will cut this string from here and cut this string from here. T1 and T1 is acting upside, so here the tension which will act will be that T plus T, which will give you what? Twice of T. So for the object of interest this pulley P2, the 2T is acting in the downward side. For the object of interest this pulley P3, 2T is acting upside, and it is the same string we are talking, student. That is why whatever will be the tension present here, the same will be the tension here. Okay, and for when will we draw the free body diagram of this pulley P3, we will cut this string from here, we will cut this string from here. 2T and 2T is acting upside. So of course here what tension will come? This 2T plus 2T, which will give you 4T. So for the object of interest this pulley P3, it will be in downside. For the object of interest this mass M2, that will be upside. We can write the tension here as well. That is not coming in account in our problem. So here is T, here is T. So of course here 2T is going to act. So we have seen that what will be that tension present in that strings. So we are looking now that M1 have the tension T which is acting upside, M2 have the tension 4T which is acting upside. Our next task will be to select the acceleration. So of course student, now we can select the acceleration in any side. You can select this A1 and A2 upside, downside, or one you can say downside, one you can say upside. This one you can say downside, this one you can say upside. This whatever direction you want to choose, you can choose. Okay. Since I had come to know that it will be in that opposite direction, that is why we have assumed it in opposite direction. Obviously, for the traditional method, the acceleration was represented by the A5. Acceleration of this block was represented by A5. Here we are assuming the acceleration A2 which is upside, and here we are assuming the acceleration A1 which is downside. So when will we apply this trick for the block 1 and 2? So this T vector for block 1, tension is that upside, T vector, acceleration is that downside which is A1. So T dot A1, T vector dot A1 vector will be that representation of this trick here for the block 1 plus this 4T tension upside and acceleration this A2, that is nothing. When will we apply here? That meaning is that we will do the dot product of the tension and acceleration. So here is the tension T, here is the acceleration A1. So dot product of tension T and A1 plus that dot product of the tension. What is tension here? 4T dot A2, that should be equals to 0. One thing you guys will keep in your mind, that no one will write T1 and T2 here. It is the T tension here, it is the 4T tension. So what I have told you, that dot product will be nothing but the product of the magnitude of the vectors times cos theta. So that magnitude of T vector, magnitude of A1 vector plus times cos theta. What is the what will be the theta here? A1 is acting downside, T is acting upside. So two vectors are in opposite sides. So the angle between them will be 180 degree. Plus this 4T, magnitude of this 4T vector. So this 4 will take outside. This magnitude of this T multiplied by magnitude of this A2 vector times what? Cosine theta. So when you will look this block 2, that 4T is upside, acceleration is also upside. So both vectors are in the same direction. Both vectors are in the same direction. So the angle between them will be what is 0 degree. So that 0 degree we will write. And of course, if you don't know, Mr. Negi, if you don't know the value of cos 180, so you know what will I say to you, become cock at your place, thereafter you can study. Of course, this 180 will be what? Minus 1. And cos 0 will be what? 1. I will suggest you to go to your mathematics book and please read out and try to get what will be that graph of sine curve and cosine curve and tangent curve. Okay, please remember that graph, that is going to come again and again in your intermediate. So cos 180 will be what? Minus, so minus 1, so this will become minus T and A1 plus cos 0 will be 1 plus 4T A2 will give you 0, and from here T will get cancelled out and we will get that A1 will become equal to 4 times of that A2. So here we are looking that sign is positive, meaning is that student, that whatever direction you have selected, that is correct. Don't get confused that we were getting minus sign here, but here we are getting positive sign. No, the minus sign in physics, in mathematics as well, that will only tell you about the direction. Magnitude and direction. Vector will have the magnitude and direction. Direction you will represent by positive and negative. or when you will study, it will be represented by I cap, J cap, K cap, minus I cap, minus J cap. I will tell about those things, but the negative sign will represent they will be in the opposite side, positive side will represent they will be in the same side. So here, whatever direction you have selected, that is correct. Of course, student, here we are selecting the block 1 and 2. If we want to know the relation between this pulley P1 and P2, or P2, P3, or block P1, P1 will be fixed, I'm sorry. What will be the velocities and acceleration relation between that mass M1 and P2 and P2 and P3, or P1 and this mass M1 and pulley P3, or this whatever relation you want to know now. For that, what will you write? For the short trick, tension present there, and you can select the acceleration in any direction. So that will give you the relation between the velocities and acceleration. Of course, if you want to know the relation between the velocities, in place of acceleration, we can write velocity, isn't? So that the same thing is going to come in the case of the velocity as well. That is your task. You can do that. I have given you idea that how can you find out the velocity by writing the velocity here. The same thing is going to come there. Okay. So it was the quick recapitulation of it. So students, if you are saying that velocity of y2 or velocity of that pulley P2 or acceleration of this y2 or acceleration of this P2, there will be that same acceleration, same velocity. Why? Because this pulley is attached to this y2. Or we are saying that acceleration of this y3 or velocity of this y3, we can say the same will be that acceleration and velocity of this pulley P3 because it is attached to this y3, isn't, or y2. So whatever the velocities and acceleration of the strings will be there, the same will be the velocity of the pulleys present over that string. Okay, so that you will keep in your mind. And also I was saying to you when were we applying this short trick, student, so that we had applied for the blocks. If you want to know for the pulley and blocks or this pulley and this pulley, so for that also we can apply this short trick as well. So suppose I want to know the relation between this block and this pulley by the short trick. So for when will we apply the short trick for the block M1 and that pulley P2? How can we write? That vector sum of that T1 tension and acceleration, T1 vector and acceleration vector, that should be equals to 0, and this can go from 1 to n. Whatever many number of that things are present there, you can write from 1 to n. So now this will become what? This n is equals to 1 to n, and this will become what? Dot product is nothing but the dot you will make in that middle of that. Because when you will write the dot in that bottom, that will represent the multiplication of mathematics. But dot will be in that middle. Okay, so that you will keep in your mind. Here, that magnitude of an cos theta should be equals to what? 0. And for block 1 and pulley P2, how can you write it, student? Suppose I am selecting this pulley is moving in downside. This pulley is moving with downside, and that we are saying some acceleration AP2. So for this block M1, acceleration is downside, T is acting upside. So that dot product of T and acceleration is A1 plus for this pulley, student, that A2 we have assumed in the downside. What is the tension acting here? Tension is what? This T and this T. Isn't? For this pulley, tension acting here is what? 2T. 2T is acting upside. Okay. So this and acceleration is downside. So twice of T vector, and this acceleration is, we are representing that AP2 vector. That should be equal to what? 0, student. And this will give us what? This magnitude of this t vector and magnitude of a1 vector cos theta. Theta will be for this. A1 is downside, t is upside. Angle between them will be what? 180 degree. So cos 180 degree plus this 2 will take outside. This magnitude of tension vector, magnitude of that acceleration vector AP2 we are representing the acceleration of that pulley P2 times cos theta. Cos theta, when you look here, here is also 180. Yeah? A2 we have assumed downside and Y2 AP2 we have selected downside and tension are acting upside, so that will be cos 180 degree, and that should be equals to what, student? 0. I think I should write once again. This will be what? This magnitude of this tension vector and magnitude of this A1 vector cos what? That angle between them are A1 is downside, tension is upside, so angle between them will be what? 180 degree, because two vectors are in opposite directions on the same straight line, so they will form the 180 degree. And here too, this magnitude of tension vector T and this magnitude of the acceleration vector AP2 and cos theta here, that acceleration we have assumed downside, tension is acting upside, tension is 2D present in this for the pulley, is it? So this cos 180 degree, that should be equal to 0. So cos 180 should be what? Minus 1, is it? T, that we are saying that magnitude of this T vector is something equals to T, and here the magnitude is something equals to A1, and cos 180 will become minus of 1, and here we will get 2 magnitude of this T vector we are saying as our T, and magnitude of this AP2 vector we are saying as our AP2, and cos 180 will become minus of 1, will be equals to 0. So from here we will get that minus TA1 minus 2TA2 should be equals to 0. Negative, this t will get cancelled out. We can take common and send to the other side. 0 divided by t, something divided by t is what? 0. So from here, what will we get, student? That our A1 will be minus of twice of 8. A1 will be minus of twice of 8. So here minus sign is representing that they should be in opposite direction. Of course, the same expression we are getting. We have seen that in traditional method, that relation between A1 and this acceleration of this block M1 and this pulley P2, or you can say string Y2, because it is attached to the P2. So whatever will be the acceleration and velocity of this string, the same will be the acceleration and velocity of this pulley. They will be in the opposite direction, is it? So the negative sign is saying that AP2 should be in that negative side, or that one side if you have selected means whatever acceleration will come, they will be in opposite direction, and here we have assumed both as in the same side, that is why the negative sign is coming. And when you will assume upside, the negative will not come. That will say to you that your assumption is correct. Here the negative sign is saying to you that your assumption is incorrect. Change your direction. That A1 will be that in that opposite direction of that A2, or A2 will be in that opposite direction of A1. Okay, and of course the acceleration of this block, whatever will be the acceleration of this block, half of the acceleration of that block will be the acceleration of this pulley or a string Y2. And of course, if you want to know the velocity in place of acceleration, you can write velocity. Velocity is also a vector. Okay. So from this you can get the relation between this mass M1 and this pulley P2. So I think you guys have understood it. You can write up to here. So students, we have come to know what is that relation between the velocities or acceleration between this block and this pulley P2. By applying this short trick, we are looking that whatever will be that acceleration of this block, half of the acceleration will be that of this pulley, and they will be in opposite direction. Negative sign was saying us that change your direction, you have assumed incorrect. that assumptions. They will be not in same direction, they will be in opposite direction. So the negative sign was indicating that there. Now students, suppose we want to know for pulley P3 and P2 what will be the relation between the acceleration. You can find out the relation between the velocities by writing the velocity at the place of acceleration as well. I want to know what will be the relation between the acceleration. So of course student, this pulley P2 is here, and from this pulley here is the pulley P3 present, and it is going like this, is it? And here this string is something like this. Okay, so T tension is acting for this. Now I have got this string, so T will act in that upside. Okay, and this 2T is going to act. This 2T is going to act downside, is it? 2T will act in the downside. Here also the 2T is going to act, is it? If T plus T will make it this, here 2T here, it is the same string we are talking. So the tension at the both ends will be same. And here what will be the tension, students? Here it will be the tension, which will be get that 4T. You will get that 4T tension here. Okay, students. So these things we will get here. Now we will apply the short trick here, that sum of all the dot product of the tension vector and acceleration vector, that should be equals to 0, meaning that n can go from 1 to n. And here is 1 and 2 is present here only, so you can, it is the general representation, so you can write in this way. So Tn dot An, this will become that magnitudes of it, multiplication of the magnitude of the tension vector and An vector times cos theta. Theta will represent the angle between the vectors, that should be equal to 0. And of course, student, when will we talk about the cross product? So here we will get cross, that will tell us that multiplication of that magnitude of the vectors times sine theta. And theta will be that angles between that vector. So when the sine theta will come, so that will be the cross product. When the cos theta is coming, so that will be a dot product. You can remember in this way, otherwise the definitions are something else. So I think I have made you understand what is dot product. So dot product will be this. So of course, student, you want to know the relation between it. And suppose I am saying it should be upside, isn't? If it is going downside, it should be upside. So once again, whatever direction you want to choose, you can select. Suppose I am saying this one is our AP2 and this one is our AP3. Why I have drawn this two pulleys here? We should two free body diagram here that you will come to know after some time. So when I will look into this pulley, when I am looking to this pulley P2 only, and not assuming this P3 pulley. So here we will get that I don't think we will have to be say that here 2T will be there, 2T will be there. From this we can't find out the relation by selecting P2 pulley, since that here when you select this, here will become 2T. But tension acting on this string is what? For the pulley P3, the total tension is what? 4T, isn't? So I want to say to you that for this relation, our object of interest will become this. And when you will select the M1 and this pulley, your object of interest should be pulley P2, not this. Otherwise, what will you do? Now, this T tension with this A1 vector, and for this pulley, you can say it is the same tension acting here. So that will become wrong, because the net tension is acting here is what? Twice of these on this pulley, isn't? it is fixed, we are not talking about that. We want to know the relation, it is not going to accelerate. So here, when are we drawing when we want to know the relation between the velocities and acceleration of that P2 and P3, our object of interest should become this pulley P3, not this P2. If you will select this P2, you will say that 2T is acting for this, 2T tension is acting for the pulley P2, and you will say the same 2T tensor for the pulley P3 as well, isn't? But the net tension is acting is 40. So that point you will keep in your mind, and this is the 40. Our object of interest should be P3. So you can note this for this. Our object of interest should be pulley P3, isn't? Otherwise things will become wrong and you will get confused that why it is not coming same by comparing with the traditional method. So it is a short trick. That is why the things you will keep in your mind that which will give you wrong answer. So for you will select the P3 as your object of interest. So for this I have assumed this AP3 is upside, and for this AP2 I have selected this. So of course student, for this pulley P2, the total tension was what? 2T. Total tension was acting on that pulley P2 was what? Twice of the T. So that twice of the T vector dot acceleration, this I have assumed in that same direction, AP2, isn't? 2T is acting downward side, isn't? No. For the object of interest, this pulley P3, 2T is acting upside. Notice it. Our object of interest is P3. 2T will act upside. For the object of interest, this pulley P3. So I think I should remove it. I should remove it. Our object of interest will become P3. So I have removed that P2 since our object of interest will be what? P3. You will not say that object of interest as our pulley P3, isn't? And in the same way, for this relation between M1 and this pulley P2, our object of interest will be this, or you can say the net tension will act 2T. So you are applying the short trick. So the things you will keep in your mind. Otherwise, the short trick will give you the wrong answer. I never liked the short trick, but since it is saving the time, so these things you will keep in your mind. So this 2T vector and this AP2 vector dot product of this, and of course student, I have assumed that acceleration of this pulley P2 in downward side. Suppose I have assumed. You can select any one direction. This is in that downward side. So for the object of interest, this pulley P3, the 2T is upside. 2T is upside, and that acceleration is downside. So here that 2T is upside, 2T is acting upside, and acceleration is downside. So angle between them will be equal to what, student? 180 degree. So cosine of 180 degree plus for this pulley P3, here the net tension is acting this 40 vector dot acceleration I have assumed in the upside, so that AP3 vector you can write for the time. I will not write this cos 180 right now. When will be that remove the dot, then we can write the cos. So this will give us that magnitude of T multiplied by what? This magnitude of AP2, and here cos theta. So theta is what? for this pulley P2, acceleration we have assumed in the downward side, and 2T it will act upside, because our object of interest will become P3 here. Otherwise, when you select this P2 now, you can check that things will become wrong, and that you can change, compare with the traditional method. So the wrong answer that is going to give you if you will not notice these things in your mind. So here the angle between them will be what? 180 degree, plus here this 4, this T, magnitude of this AP3, and cosine of here this 40 is acting downward side, 40 is acting downward side, and acceleration we have assumed upside. So angle between them will be equal to what is when 180 degree. 180 degree. Is it? So I am removing outside. So this is going to give us what? Twice of T. Now that magnitude I have, magnitude we can say that is equal to something equal to T, and this AP2 and cosine 1 cos 180 is what is student? Minus 1, plus this 4 tangent T, magnitude of this vector T vector is T, magnitude of this AP3 vector I am saying something equals to AP3, and that cos 180 will give you what? Minus 1. That should be equals to what is student? 0. So from here what will we get? That minus of 2T and AP2, minus of 2T AP2 plus this, it will become minus. Minus is here, so it will become minus 4T AP3 should be equals to 0, or we can say that our this 2T AP2 should be equals to what? Minus of 40 AP3, this TT will get cancelled out here, and this 2 side will become, and from here what will we get? This AP2 should be what? Negative of twice of AP3. Negative of twice of AP3. Don't get confused in that traditional method and short trick method. There was the different thing here. This negative sign is telling to you that whatever is your assumption, that is wrong. If you have selected the acceleration in that opposite direction, so change that direction, it will be in the same direction. If you have assumed AP2 downward side, it will be not in downward side, it will be not in upside, it will be downward side. This expression is telling this. And you will look when you will select this AP3 in downward side, so of course here the angle between the 40 and AP3 will become what? 0 degree. So when you put 0 degree here, it will become positive. This minus side will go to the other side, and there no negative sign will come, it will become positive. That will tell us that your assumption is correct. But if you have assumed like this, so this one is telling to you that your assumption is incorrect. Now change your direction. They will be not in opposite direction, they will be in a same direction. If they are going upward, so they will, if this pulley P2 is moving upward, so pulley P3 will also move upward, and when this pulley P3 is moving downward, so pulley P2 will also move downward. Okay, so you can write up to here and try to understand these things. It is a kind of that mental exercise, okay, which I am giving to you. Otherwise, I can skip it also, but I don't want to skip anything. I want to make your mind that strong. That is why I am telling to you. Now you can repeat these things twice, thrice, and can understand in your mind that what do I want to say to you. Okay. So I think Mr. Negi will be able to understand these things. Otherwise he can ask to me. So you can write up to here. And of course, student, now when you will select this object of interest P2, now you will look that for the object of interest P2, here you will select the total tension 2T for this acceleration of this pulley P2, and for this pulley P3 you will assume 2T tension, but the net tension acting here is what? 4T. So this thing now you will keep in your mind. So for this our object of interest will become P3. So I can write up to you. So student, I have given you that how are they internally related and there what point you will keep in your mind, and for the time I haven't found any question which was saying you how are they internally related. Only they will say you to find out the relation between the acceleration of the blocks present. They are not going to say to you that how that pulleys are related to each other, and if they are asking to you, so I have told to you, listen, for this kind of the situation, now if you want to know that acceleration of this pulley P3 with respect to the P2, so your object of interest will be this, not this, otherwise the things is going to come wrong. You can check that. So it is a kind of the mental exercise. If you are not able to understand, so for the time now you can ignore it. Otherwise, when I will tell you more and more things, then only I think you guys will be able to understand. Now, what do I want to say to you? Otherwise, if you are understanding it, it's very good. Because that understanding the language of physics, I can't say that anyone can understand it easily. So, of course, one homework I had given to you. That homework was something like this. Here was one string over one pulley, and here, oh sorry. Here was one string present here, moving over the other pulley. The other end was going over the second one pulley. I should write it very well. Okay, things was something like this, and from here we were getting a block of, you can say this was our block number M1, here was that block number M2, whatever was there, I am assuming M1 and M2 right now, and it was attached with this. So of course student, it was the problem present here. So here what will we look? That suppose we are saying this one is our pulley number P1, this one is our pulley number P2. So pulley, we will that imagine that or we will think that which one is fixed, which one is moving. Isn't? They are not going to say you that which one is fixed, which one is moving. You will have to be imagine that which one is that fixed, which one is moving. So pulley P1 is fixed, you are looking, and pulley P2 is moving. Of course, now we are moving to the problems which will involve the movement of pulley as well. Okay, and till now we have not selected the mass of the pulley. In Atwood machine we had seen that if we will select the mass of the pulley, so the tension in the same string at different ends will be different. So these things you will keep in your mind. First point. Thereafter what will you do? Traditional method I am saying. So of course student, traditional method will tell to you from a fixed point select a datum. From a fixed point select the datum. So I am selecting the datum here. Suppose I am saying this one is our y-axis, this one is our x-axis. And from the datum, what will we do? We will write the length of the string. So suppose I am saying this one is our y1 length present here. Here the length of the string over this pulley will be constant, and that I am representing something by LC1. Present. Change this pulley. Okay. This is, say this pulley P2 and say this as our pulley P1. This is pulley P2 will be fixed and this P1 will move. Okay. So this is our LC1. Of course, this distance I will tell you. I am assuming that something equals to. No, this will be the same length present here, is it? So, from here to here we are getting the same length, is it? It is y1, so it will be also y1. And the length of the string over this pulley I am saying as our LC2, that will be constant. And here I am saying this length of the string present here from the datum is y2. And we can say the length of the pulley, the length of the string present here is something equals to, this one is the first pulley, this one you can say L1 string, this one you can say as your second one string, is it? It is the second one, same string is going over the two pulleys, one is fixed, another one is moving. And with the pulley first, one mass of that block is having, that is our M1. And suppose you are saying this one is second pulley, and suppose you are saying this one is our L3 length present here. The length here, it is not going to change, it will be always constant. You will that thing in your mind, this point. So of course, student, how can I write this? Suppose I am saying that L2 is representing the length of the second string, length of the second string. So L2 I can write as equals to what, student? L2 will be what? This L1, this length L1 plus this what? Y1 plus this LC1 plus again this Y1 is going to come, is it? Whatever will be the length here, the same length will be present here, is it? So this Y1 plus this LC2 and plus this Y2 will be. So from here we will get that our L2 will be equal to that L1 plus this Y1 plus Y1 will become what? Twice of Y1 plus this will become Y2, this twice of Y1 plus Y2 plus this LC1 plus this LC2. So after writing the equation of that length, what will we do? We will differentiate with respect to the time. So differentiating with respect to the time, what will we get? That our dL2 upon del t will be equals to what? dL1 upon del t plus this 2 will take outside, so dy1 upon del t plus here it will become dy2 upon del t plus here dlc1 upon del t plus this dlc2 del t will get. Okay, you can write up here first, then after I'm telling you other things. So of course the differentiation of constant thing will be equal to 0. I think this point must come to your mind. Again and again I am saying that differentiation of constant thing will become equals to 0. And L2, the length of the second string, it is inextensible, that will be constant. so it will be equals to 0. And of course the L1 string, the whatever the length will be present here, the same the length will be present at that place, because this pulley is fixed. It is not going to change. So this one will be also equal to 0. And of course student, whatever length will be over the pulley, that is not going to change when the movement will take place. Again and again we will get the same length over the pulley. So of course this LC1, differentiation of LC1 and LC2 will become equal to 0, because we are differentiating a constant thing, and that will be equal to 0. Isn't that I have discussed to you? So we are getting here, I am being upside now. So from here we will get that it will become 0 equal to this twice of dy1 upon del t. Will say to you what? dy1 upon del t is what? Change in length divided by change in time. That will give us what? Velocity. So twice of v1 plus this dy2 upon del t will say to you what? v2 only. Isn't? And the other things has become equal to 0, so that you can write or ignore as well. So from here we will get the student that our v2 will be minus twice of v1. v2 will be minus twice of v1. Means with whatever that velocity this y1 string is going to move, with whatever velocity y1 string is going to move, or the pulley P1 is going to move, because it is attached to the pulley. So with whatever velocity that this y1 of this pulley is going to move, the twice of that velocity will be velocity of this y2, will be velocity of that y2, or you can say mass m2, because it is attached to the mass m2. Isn't? And again differentiating with respect to the time. Again differentiating with respect to the time. What will you get, student? This del v2 upon del t will become minus 2. Numbers and signs you will take outside of the derivative. You will remember. And that will give us what? That k2 will be equals to what? Minus twice of a1. Meaning is that whatever will be the acceleration of this y1, or since it is attached to the pulley p1, so whatever will be the acceleration of this y1 or pulley p1, twice of that acceleration will be the acceleration of this y2, or you can say block m2, since it is attached to the block m2, and they will be in negative direction. Isn't? Negative sign saying to you that acceleration will be, or velocities will be in negative direction. Of course, when you will that it will move downward, so this pulley is going to move upward. Isn't? You can imagine that. So these things we will get here. Okay, now right up to here. So student, we have come to know now whatever will be that acceleration of this block or velocity of this block, half of that acceleration or that velocity will be the acceleration of this y1 string, or you can say pulley p1. Is it? Now students, suppose I am saying from the datum the block m1 is present at the y3 length. So suppose we are saying that L3 is that length of this is first string here, this is first string here, this is second one string here, we are saying this one is our third one string. So length of third string. So how can we write this L3? L3 will be equals to what, student? It will be, I can write this L3 as y3 minus y1, is it? So I can write that this y3 minus y1 here. Of course it will move up to here. Can draw up here. So this y3 minus y1, I can write L3, I can write this y3 minus y1, is it? So our next task will be to differentiate it with respect to the time. So dl3 upon del t will become what? dy3 upon del t minus of this dy1 upon del t. Since that length of the string, third string is constant, it is inextensible, it is not going to change, so that differentiation of constant thing will become equal to 0. So from here what will we get? 0 will be equal to what? This v3 minus of this v1, or meaning is that v1 will be equals to v3. So we can look that whatever will be that velocity of this pulley P1, the same acceleration, that same will be the velocity of this M1. Because M1 is equals to what, student? V3. And what is V3 representing here? V3 is representing the velocity of this block, and that is equals to what? Velocity of this string Y1 or pulley P1. Isn't it? Or again you can say, I am writing here, again differentiating with respect to the time. What will you get? Del V1 upon del T should be equals to what, student? Del V3 upon del T, and from here what will you get? That A1 is equals to A3. Meaning is that whatever will be that acceleration of this block M1, A3 will represent the acceleration of this block. The same acceleration will be that of this pulley, or you can say that whatever will be the acceleration of this pulley P1 or this Y1 string, since it is attached to the pulley P1, the same will be the acceleration of this block, that is A3 we are saying, present at the distance of Y3. Isn't this Y3, that here we are getting what? This V3 is equals to V1, V1 is equals to V3, so that velocity of V1, velocity of Y1 string is what? Velocity of that Y3 string. So Y1 is attached to this pulley P1, Y3 is attached to the mass M1, so that velocities will be same, and no negative sign is coming, meaning is that they will be in same direction. So if it is going to travel upside, so this mass M1 is also going to travel upside. Or if it is going to travel downside, so it will also travel downside. Suppose M1 will become more than M2, so it is moving like this, so it will go, pulley P1 will move downside, this one will also move downside. And here the pulley P1 and P2 is saying to you that expression are saying to you that they will be in opposite side. So if that mass M1 is going to move downward side, it will move downward side, and it will move what? Up. It is not going to move, it is fixed. Don't talk about that. Isn't this mass M2 is going to move upside? Negative sign is saying that. Okay. So we have got this. You can write up to here first. So we have reached up to here. Here what are we getting? That our V1 will be equal to what? V3, and again differentiating it, you will get that our A1 will be equal to what? A3. A3 is representing the acceleration of this block. So V1 is equals to V3, meaning is that what, student? That this you can assume as your equation number 1, This one you can say as your equation number 2. This one you can say 3. This one you can say as your 4. So by equation 1 and 2, what will you get? That your B2 will be what? Minus 2 times of that B3. At the place of B1 you can write B3. And by equation 3 and 4, what can you say? That your A2 will be what? Minus twice of A3. And B2 and B3 are representing the velocities of block 2. B2 is representing the velocity of block 2 and block 1 respectively. Is it? You will notice this. B2 is representing what? B2 is representing the velocity of this string and it is attached to the mass m2. So it will represent the velocity of this mass m2. V3 is representing the velocity of this y3. It is attached to this mass m1. So that will represent the velocity of mass m1. The same case will be for acceleration. I am rubbing offside. So also you can write this A3 and now I have changed B2 and B3, so that is block 2 and block 1. So if I will change A3, so A3 and A2 are representing the acceleration of block. A3 is representing the acceleration of block 1, A2 is representing the acceleration of block 2 respective. Kramsah, isn't? So you can write up to here. You can write this as well. Of course, the velocities and acceleration will be in opposite direction, of the blocks. So by traditional method we are getting this. You can write up. Here the meaning is that with whatever velocity or acceleration this block is going to move, or that with whatever velocity or whatever acceleration that this block will accelerate, the half of that acceleration will be the acceleration of this block m1. Or in the other word you can say, whatever will be the velocity or acceleration of this block M1, the twice of that velocity or acceleration will be the acceleration or velocity of this block M, and they will be in opposite directions. Okay. Now students, we will look at to that short trick method as well. Is it? So short trick was saying to you that dot product, sum of the dot product. I'm not representing any that n, or you can represent that from 1 to n. You can say sum of the dot product of the tension with that dot product will be in middle, and an tension vector and an vector, that should be equals to 0, or you can say that sum of all the dot products of the tension vector and acceleration vector, that will be equal to 0. So when will we remove the dot from there, we will get that magnitude of the tension vector and magnitude of that acceleration vector times what, cos theta, that should be equals to 0. Is it? Cos theta that should be equal to 0. Okay. So for that, what we will figure out the tension and acceleration in the system. So first, suppose M2 is here, so I am saying this T tension for the object of interest is M2, T tension T is acting here, and it will be along this string and it will have the pulling effect. For the object of interest this pulley P2, tension will be in that downward side, so it will come in pair. I think you guys have come to aware about these things. And if the same tension T will act here as well, because the pulley is frictionless and massless, isn't? For the object of interest this pulley P2, it will be in this, pulling effect will be in this direction, it will be along this string, and for the object of interest this pulley P1, that tension will be that upside and it will be along this string, and it is the same string we are talking, so whatever tension will be produced here, the same tension will be here, and the same tension is going to come out here, and it will be in the pair. For the object of interest this P1, it will be like this, and for ceiling it will be like this. Okay. So next you are looking, this T and T is acting here, so of course student here the 2T tension, T plus T will be 2T. 2T tension is going to act here. For the object of interest P1, it will be downward side, and for the object of interest this M1, it will be upside, so it will come in here on this. And you can select in any direction your acceleration. It will be that in opposite direction, isn't? We have proved in that traditional method. Suppose I am considering that they will be in the same direction, and they will be in the same direction, that I am assuming as upside, and the acceleration of the block 2 I am representing by the A2, and M1 also I am representing by the M1 acceleration I am also saying upside, and that I am representing by A1. So when will we apply the short trick here? For the block 1, tension is what, student? 2T. Tension is what? 2T. Dot product of 2T with acceleration A1 plus for block 2, tension is what, student? T. So vector T, dot product of vector T with what? Acceleration vector, that is what? A2. That should be equal to what, student? Equal to 0. So when will we remove the dot? So what will we get here? Magnitude of this tension vector multiplied by magnitude of this acceleration vector times cos theta, plus this here what will we get? Magnitude of this tension vector multiplied by magnitude of this acceleration vector times what? cos theta should be equal to what? 0. Suppose I am saying this magnitude of this tension is T, magnitude of this tension is A1, and cos theta when will be right here for the block 1, that tension for the block 1, object of interest is what? Block 1, it will be upside, tension is 2T is upside, and acceleration also we have assumed upside, is it? So the angle here will be what? 0 degree. Two vectors are in the same direction on the same line of action, so angle between them will be equal to 0 degree, so cos 0 degree we will get here. And plus this I am saying as magnitude of this tension vector as T, magnitude of this acceleration vector as our A2, and here cos theta, theta is what? Tension T is acting upside for the block, T is acting upside, and A2 is also acting upside, so T is upside, acceleration is upside, they are in the same direction and on the same line of action, so angle between them will become equal to 0 degree. So here it will come out 0 degree, that should be equal to 0. So 0 degree cos 0 is what, student? 1 only. So from here what will we get? 2T A1 plus, because cos 0 will become what? That will become equal to 1 only. Cos 0 will become equal to 1 only. So 2T A1 plus this TA2 should be equal to what? 0. This TT will get cancelled out. You can take common. It will go to the other side. It will become in divide. And that 0 divided by something is 0 only. And something divided by 0 is infinite. So this twice of A1 plus A2 will become equal to 0. And from here, what will you get? That our A2 will be minus twice of A1. Meaning is that whatever is the acceleration of this block M1, the twice of that acceleration will be the acceleration of this block, and negative sign is saying to you they will be not in same direction, they will be in opposite direction. So whatever is your assumption, that is wrong. They will be not in same direction, they will be in opposite direction, so it is representing this. Okay, so this by short trick method you can save the time and can write like. I'm not going to perform the how are they internally related, because the problem will get solved by finding out the relation between the acceleration of the blocks only. Okay. If particular question we are getting that how are the pulleys are related, so for that I have performed the task and that I am not going to perform again. You can perform by your own self. Isn't it, student? The same thing we are getting here. So you can write up to here. It was the short trick and it was the solution of homework number 1. So suppose, students, one more problem we are assuming, and that we will solve by the short trick method. So from the traditional method you can check by your own self. There is a problem like it. There is a fixed pulley present here and a string is going over this pulley. One end of that string is connected with this mass A. You can say the other end of the string is going over the other pulley and the other end is moving over the one other pulley. It is fixed and here it is attached to the mass of B. Look, student, this mass A1, this block of mass A is connected with this string as well as one more string which is connecting this pulley. Okay, so here is one string connected with this mass Ma, connected with this mass Ma, going over this fixed pulley, and then after it is coming to the other pulley, and then after it is going to one more pulley, and the other end is connected to the block of mass Mb, and with this pulley there is one other string, second string you can say, which is connecting the same block of mass Ma, isn't it? And here you can say the strings are this and this. The length of those strings is not going to change. So of course, student, we will solve. Question will say you to find the acceleration of the blocks. So there are two methods of solving it. One is traditional method, other is the short trick method. So we will solve it by short trick method. Otherwise, because we want to know what is the short trick method, and by traditional method also you can solve it. So traditional method will tell you to select the datum, select the lengths of the strings. So I am not performing that. You can perform that. We will select the short trick method. As we want to save the time. So for the short trick method, what will we do, student? First we will write the tensions, isn't it? So this MB block is present here. So tension for this block will be upside along this string, and it will have the pulling effect like this. And for the object of interest of this pulley, the tension will be this. Tension will be in this direction. It will come in the pair. Since it is the same string present here, so whatever tension will be here, the same tension will be here. And when will we change the object of interest, the direction will get changed. Here also the tension T is going to act. Since we have considered the pulley frictionless and massless, so the tension at each and every end of the string will be same. So here also the tension T is going to act. Okay. And student, in this string, what tension will act? This T is acting here, T is acting here. So T plus T will become twice of T. So here the tension will act twice of T. Is it? And if you want to know what is the tension in that in this string, this is T, this is T. So it will become twice of T here as well. Here T is here, T is here. So twice of T will be the tension in this string as well. Okay? But it will not come in account. These things are going to come in account. So tension in this string is what? T at each and every end. Here the tension will become twice of T, because now when we cut this string, T is acting upside, T is acting upside. So here it will act twice of T. And we will assume our acceleration. Suppose I am saying both the acceleration is upside. This is acceleration AA, This is our acceleration AB we are saying. So when will we apply this or trick, student? So what are the net tension is acting here? This T will become 3 times of the T, isn't it? For the block A, the tension acting on the block A is what? This T and this plus 2T. So T plus 2T will give you what? 3T. So this 3T vector, dot product of this 3T vector and this acceleration vector, plus for this block we want to know the acceleration of blocks only. For this block, tension is what? T, acceleration is what? Dot product of tension vector T and the acceleration vector V, that should be equal to what, student? 0. So the short trick method will tell to you this, and when will we remove the dot? V will be outside. Magnitude of this tension vector, magnitude of this acceleration vector times cosine theta, plus here the magnitude of this T vector, magnitude of this AB vector times cosine theta, cos theta will give you equals to 0. Here we are saying it is 3, magnitude of this tension vector is 3, magnitude of this acceleration vector is this A suffix A, and theta, when you will look, student, here T is upside, acceleration is also upside, so theta will come out 0. So here cos 0 you can write, plus magnitude of this tension vector we are saying as over equal to T, magnitude of this acceleration vector I am saying something equals to AB. Here theta, when you look at the second block, T is acting upside, acceleration is upside, so T is upside, acceleration AB also we have assumed upside, so theta here it is going to come equal to 0. So cos 0, that will be equals to 0. So this will give us what? 3T acceleration of A block, this T here acceleration of B block, and cos theta will become cos 0 will become equal to 1. You know cos 0 equals to 1, and that should be equals to what, student? 0 here. So from here what will we get? 3 times of that 3T acceleration of the block A must be equal to what? Minus this T times the acceleration of the block B. This T will get cancelled out, and from here what will we get? That our acceleration of the block will be B will be minus times of that 3 times of the acceleration of block A. Okay. So meaning is that whatever will be the acceleration of the block A, the 1/3 time of that acceleration of the block A will be the acceleration of block B. Or you can say that whatever will be the acceleration of block B, the 3 times of that acceleration will be the acceleration of this block A. And they will be in opposite direction, because here the negative sign is coming. So negative sign is saying to you that your assumption is wrong. They will be not in same direction, they will be in opposite direction. Okay. So I hope you guys have come to know how to apply this short trick. And today I am stopping up to here only. Enough for today. Thank you all of you.